You don't see golf holes like this very often. Go on then. Hey, birdie time. Lots of hot hosel action in your area. Well, not so much a dog leg as a U-bend practically. Which is why I flushed it, eh? Because of the U-end. No. Okay, 200 yards. Christmas grand opening. And try to not kill a goose. Ooh! And, ooh. So now I am what I believe is known as boned. Squelchy. This is really the only way to get where I want to go. Ooh. Got a very, very strong craving for a pint right now. Ooh. There are no streams, bunkers, rivers, malevolent sea creatures, sandworms, or anything. I've checked everything. Okay, I've mentioned it a couple of times, but a big part of my strategy to get from 10 to scratch in a year is converting garage into a golf simulator, and today is day one, the day we break, or actually have technically broken ground on the project. So this is what I'm starting with. It is very much your typical UK double garage. If you've seen previous videos, you will have seen I had been using this as a gym, so there was flooring down, gym kit, etc. It has now all been cleared out. The plan involves building some concrete piers up the side of the walls in 4 separate places in order to support the steel beams which need to go up in the roof near the apex. So we'll have steels running the length of the roof, and that will mean it can cut away all of these wooden trusses which are very selfishly getting in the way of swinging a golf club. And then after that, really it's just a job of insulating and boarding up the rest of the space, putting down some insulated flooring. And after that comes the fun bit, which is going to be getting the launch monitor tech in here, the enclosure set up, all of that kind of stuff. So hopefully we're looking at just a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks for the build, and then I can get all the tech set up, probably do some decorating and stuff like that, make it kind of nice afterwards. But the priority is just to get hitting balls in here during the winter, get the launch monitor in, get the feedback, etc. So starting today, day one of week 5 of this project. So it's a very exciting way to start. I do think it's going to be pretty imperative to getting me where I want to go, or at least as close as possible. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. Hopefully no issues, no delays, and this can become my new Golf Life Crisis Performance Centre. Right, well, it is very cold. It was about -2 this morning, so lots of the golf courses are shut or on temporary greens, but the practice never stops and the content machine needs feeding. So I've come to Pin High Virtual Golf in or near Northampton. Been here a few times before. It's a very nice kind of single simulator setup, and they are cool to be filming. So I've come here for a couple of reasons. 1, to hit some balls in non-Arctic temperatures. 2, most importantly, to try and keep working on the feels and the drills and the things that I have been going through with Anders in my lessons. And then 3, probably just to play some virtual golf and have a bit of fun, because I don't know how much real life on-course action there's going to be in the next week or so with the weather, although I am hoping to get out for a real life round tomorrow. So I'm going to work on a bunch of stuff from my lessons. I am really currently still working on, I guess it's 4 things now. 1 is that connection to the body with the left arm, not kind of separating early on. The 2nd is the club face, making sure that my grip isn't slipping and the club's not shutting my hands. 3rd and then 4th are kind of the 2 that went hand in hand in the most recent lesson. That is weight shift, so not
getting too kind of leggy on the backswing, keeping the weight kind of through my right heel, and then transferring it and getting that lateral move through the ball onto my left side on the downswing. So it's quite a lot to bear in mind. I need to put some reps in. I need also not just to hit balls, but to kind of just practice the feel and half shots and that kind of stuff. So I got the range set up right now. Those aren't real birds you can hear in the background, obviously. So I'm just going to hit some slow, punchy half 8 irons and basically work on feel for a bit and see where we get to. It is still quite a lot to keep in mind. So essentially I'm trying to make sure that I don't come this way at the start of my backswing, so that I'm going, well, not away from myself. Obviously don't want to be getting back to the inside takeaway days, but just making sure that the hands are coming kind of along the toe line and I'm not kind of pushing away, which I have a tendency to do. Staying connected, so trying to check my grip as much as I can, making sure that it hasn't kind of turned over, which is partly a symptom of the overswing, which I really, really hate. The overswing is something which I'm trying to combat almost naturally rather than think about not overswinging. I think all the other things that we're doing, so the connection, the grip, and in particular not letting the legs go so much, will sort of organically stop the overswing, because frankly, if I get the arms in the right place and I keep some flex in the knee, I can't really go much further than that. Obviously with momentum I might be able to get to there, but I certainly can't go all the way to here. So that is hopefully going to be more of a downstream effect rather than an intentional thought, but I would really like to get there because I absolutely hate it. Nice and slow. I do have the half tennis balls with me as well to keep working on that weight shift. This is also perhaps good pre-training for when I have the sim in the garage, which hopefully is going to be done in the next couple of weeks, because this isn't that far away, but obviously walking 5 yards out my front door is going to make this kind of thing so much easier. The other piece of the puzzle, which I think is for further down the line, but I did touch upon with Anders, is that first move from the top of the backswing being here as opposed to here. Again, I think that's going to have to be the next step. I have seen it coming in a little bit. Again, I think when I'm not going outside from the start, when I'm not going long, it happens somewhat organically, but as he said, it's not just going to magically, the hands aren't just going to magically drop into the slot. I'm going to have to, at some point, do some degree of deliberate focus on that to get them there, but one step at a time. Another interesting thing, another good reason for coming here is to check my yardages. I have found in the last round or two I've played, when I've been getting my swing right, the ball's been going further, because I think I've been managing to get a tiny bit of shaft lean and forward movement and compression, so I have hit a few quite long, so it'd be good to just double check my carry numbers while I'm here. If anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about with the tennis balls from my previous lesson, this is a chopped in half tennis ball. One half goes under the right heel, one half goes under the left, kind of ball of the foot, and the idea is to understand weight transfer, so pressing into the right one on the way up and the left one on the way back. I have found it extremely helpful to kind of just conceptually understand, and then force myself into that movement pattern, which for me doesn't come easily. So this has been very useful. So it's, my issue at the moment is I sometimes just step back off it like I would if it wasn't there. I really got to very, very consciously focus on pressing down on it. Oh, see? It's better. This is the bit of this journey which is, I guess, just challenging. Standing here in a fairly cold sim space on my own in the afternoon, just beating balls and trying to get into positions and not really doing it very well. But I do know that I'm very fortunate to be able to be doing this of an afternoon. I don't want to take that for granted. And also I do know that this is really the only way to get where I want to go. It is tricky, so many sort of conflicting swing thoughts, so many ideas of, you know, what best to do, foam balls, no balls, half swing, quarter swing, all of this stuff. But for now I'm just going to keep going with what Anders and I have been working on. The drills I've got, it's going very, very, very badly right now. I've practically worn out the hosel of my 8 iron, so clearly not managing to get that club inside. I think what's happening is I'm shifting my weight forward, but driving the club with me rather than kind of letting it go. So I'm throwing my hands forward. So there's lots of hot hosel action in your area right now, which is not what we're looking for. But take a little break. Keep going. Right, well, I know what's going wrong, but I can't seem to fix it right now. Getting my weight forward, but the club is coming with me too quickly rather than staying behind me. So I'm just gonna relax with some virtual golf, play around on E6 on Sweetens Cove. I won't share the whole thing. I personally don't find it wildly interesting watching people play rounds of simulated golf, so I will spare you that, but I'll play it. See how we go. Just try and enjoy, take the pressure off, hit some golf shots in a very low stakes environment. Never played this course before. Apparently it's lovely in real life, so I'll give it a go. Well, we don't put much stock in things like that in terms of score. It wasn't very good. What was deeply concerning was seeing those path numbers after every shot, seeing just how out to in my path is. I know it's a bit out to in, but I'm regularly seeing 5, 6, 7, 8 degrees. This is why having the sim at home is going to be helpful, instructive, possibly a bit depressing at first, but I've got to get that path more neutral. It doesn't have to be zeroed, it doesn't have to be in, 2 out, but 5, 6, 7 degrees is no good. So need to do the drill that Anders and I talked about with the balls to try and make sure that I'm not coming across the top and smashing all the balls as kind of guardrails out of the way. It's sad because I came off last week feeling very positive. I hadn't played very well, but I'd started to feel like things were moving in the right direction. I could really feel that weight shift, and I was taking divots and getting through the ball better, and none of that has showed up today, so that is sad. I am not a wildly patient person in general, so I'm feeling like I want to make more progress more quickly, but I know this is a long-term project. It's going to be a slow burn, and hey, got to hit some golf balls, got to play what is a very odd golf course, at least virtually. Cool, but very strangely laid out. So I'm going to do a little bit more on the sim now, and then go home and hopefully get out for 18 tomorrow.
Okay, so yesterday's sim practice session was challenging, but I think what is important here, as with so many things in life, is context and why I think I'm struggling with a lot of this. There have been quite a lot of people pointing out in the comments on the videos that there's a lot of negative self-talk, kind of damning myself and maybe holding myself to a standard that I can't yet hit. And I'm not going to dispute any of that. I think what's happened is suddenly the context of my golfing life has changed. I've gone from playing golf fairly regularly and wanting to get better, but being able to do it sort of organically and slowly, and having that situation where some days I'll go to the course and play well, and some days I'll go to the course and play badly. But over the long view, I've been getting kind of steadily a bit better and a bit better. And I think two things have changed now. One is that obviously three things have changed actually. One is that there's a ticking clock against my golf progression. So every time I go out for a round or just a practice session and I don't feel like I am meaningfully getting better, then I feel like time is wasted, or the sands are slipping through the hourglass. The second thing that's changed obviously is that people are watching, and that is different. Now thankfully almost everyone who has watched the videos so far and commented at least has been very nice and supportive and seems to be able to relate and understand that golf is hard and this is hard, and putting oneself out there for scrutiny and critique, or even just passive observation, is also hard. And then I think the third thing that's changed is the level of scrutiny that I am putting on myself, and via the lessons and via the launch monitor data has just increased. I have a feeling that if I'd gone for just a hit in a sim yesterday, I wouldn't have been like wildly upset with how I was hitting the ball, but now I've got all these things to think about. Am I keeping my arms connected to my chest? Am I getting my weight shifting? Am I bracing my trail leg in the backswing? Am I doing all of those things? And then I'm paying much more attention to the data that the launch monitor is showing me, and in particular that club path, and it is not where I want it to be, and it's not where I need it to be. So even if the ball flight is fine, but I know I haven't got my weight forward, or even if the shot on the virtual round of golf has resulted okay, if I look down and see a 6 or 7 degree out to in path, I know that's not okay either. So it's casting a sort of, I guess, a negative hue, or just putting a much finer lens over everything that I'm doing. And I think that is what is causing me to be or come across as quite negative. And I don't want to do that. I am very aware that this is a year that I should be enjoying. This is a challenge that I should be enjoying, and not doing so would just be such a waste. So I'm going to try and take that mindset forward more earnestly and kind of hold it front and center of my brain. I'm going out pretty much straight after this to play. The plan is to play a new course and get all 18 holes on video. And so I'm just going to try and maintain that perspective a bit better. But that, I think, is, and I was thinking about this last night, not just to explain it to anyone watching, but to try and explain it to myself. And I think that really is the cause. It's just the level of scrutiny that I'm putting on even my practice, let alone my on-course performance, has just increased, and I guess the standards have increased. You know, I could be a 10 handicap and have a 7-degree out to in path and not really get my weight forward and not, you know, have any decent compression. But I won't be able to be, you know, I won't be able to be a 5 handicap, let alone a scratch golfer doing those things. So they're just no longer okay in a way that maybe they once were. You know, if I was shooting decent scores, I was happy, and all of those faults were just manageable, but they aren't going to be manageable with where I want to get to. So I think that's the reason. Just wanted to kind of check in on that. I'm going to go and play now, as I say. And in other good news, the sim build progress has been pretty rapid. We are on day 4 now of the build, but there's already a good amount of movement in the garage. So I'm hoping that comes to fruition perhaps sooner than scheduled, or at least on schedule, because heaven knows my game needs it. Right, we are 1 week more or less into the garage to golf sim conversion project. So I just thought I'd provide a little walk around tour and update as to what has been done so far. It is quite dark in here because the lighting has mostly had to come down, as probably is already, but will become patently obvious. I am not a structural engineer, a builder. This is not my forte. So I'll explain what's happening in layman's terms that I understand, and hopefully prove interesting. I know some people have been in touch to say they are either doing something similar, want to do something similar, interested in the process. So I'll do a little walk around as to where things are. So this is basically 5 working days of progress from when the guys started on Monday. It's now Saturday, so this is where we're at. So one of the first things that had to be done is digging down to the foundations in kind of almost the 4 corners of the garage, and then building up these additional concrete piers. The reason for that is what the steel beams need to sit on. That is due to the thickness of the walls of the garage. I believe if the walls were thicker, these wouldn't be required, but because the walls are under a certain thickness, all 4 kind of ends of the beams have to sit on those to bear the weight. So there's 3, 4. And then excitingly, as you can see, all the lower trusses that were getting in the way of my swing, very selfishly, are gone. So once the beams were in, they were able to cut away the existing wooden trusses. You'll see here they've put in thicker wood alongside the existing thinner wood joists, probably. And again, that's just to help bear the weight, make sure the building doesn't collapse on top of me when I'm making sick hole-in-ones. And that's kind of what most of it's been done. On the walls here are the timbers where the insulation is going to go. So that will be happening next week. So really most of the sort of structural work is done. All that is left to do, I say all, again, obviously it's quite a lot and I wouldn't be able to do it, is essentially insulating the room, walls and roof, and also leveling the floor. The floor is on a bit of a slope at the moment, so leveling the floor, and then the electrics. So it's all incredibly exciting. I did actually sneak in here and swing my driver just to make sure I could, and there's ample room basically almost anywhere except the very edges, so plenty of room for golf. Oh, I've just spotted a little construction Easter egg. I wondered where that mug had gotten to. Anyway, get back in the light. Anyway, very exciting. So I think we'll get quite a long way in the next week, and it looks like still very much on track for a pre-Christmas grand opening. Right, back in the world of real golf as opposed to simulator golf, I've come to somewhere called 3 Locks Golf Club, which I'll be honest, I'd never even heard of until yesterday. I wanted to come and play somewhere new, somewhere relatively local, hit the Googles, and this is where I've ended up. It looks quite cute. It's short. It's like 5,700 yards off the yellows. I was going to play off the backs, but it doesn't look like the backs are even out at the moment. I'm just going to try and enjoy it. Technically, I am at work, and this is what I'm doing today, so
even if I play badly, that's still good. So positivity. It's sort of warm-ish considering it was -3 yesterday. It's about 10-11 degrees, but it is seriously windy. So that will probably be the biggest challenge today. Golf course doesn't look like it's going to be super long or super testing, but the wind could be the problem. So full 18 holes, let's just enjoy it. I'm going to try and be target oriented today rather than thinking too much about my mechanics. Let's see how long I can do that for. Okay, well I thought I hit that pretty well, but I've still got 190 into this par 4. So it's 4 iron, downwind. It is very windy today, so this should be enough. But it's also quite cold, so who knows. Oh, it's well struck, but I've pulled it. Yeah, decent shot there. Just about 10 yards short of the front and a bit left. Really is windy. Apologies if that's coming through the mic. Oh, and I'll be amazed if we don't have a tripod overboard situation at some point today. Right, testing little chip here, kind of downwind. Oh, it's going to go a million miles. No. Right, well I skipped the putting green because I wanted to nip in front of a couple of groups. So I don't know how these are going to roll. A little bit uphill, a little bit left to right. They look a little bit fuzzy. Go on. They roll really well. Love it. They actually are rolling quite well. I slightly overhit that, thinking they'd be slower, but okay. Par, level through 1. Well, you don't see golf holes like this very often. I'm not even sure the camera is going to be able to see the green, certainly not the flag. It is down there, basically, down in that little gully to my left. It's 82 yards, playing 75. I think the wind is off the left. Unfortunately, I'm off a mat. This could, I mean, who knows how. This is one of those members know and everyone else has to guess holes, I think. That's going to be way long. Oh my gosh, it's so long. No, it's not. That is weird depth perception. I thought that was on the next tee box. I think it's about 10 feet away. Not bad at all. Pitched here, span back a bit. I will say, these greens are in pretty good nick. Right, little birdie putt on the second. Can we go under par? I can't remember the last time I was sat under par during a round of golf, even if it is over 2 holes. No, not quite. But level par after 2 is fine. Right, short par 4. Tee looks like it's very up today. Back into wind. There's water at about 210, I think. So I'm just going to hit 5 iron. Doesn't look like there's much to be gained by hitting much more than that. Oh, it's a big pull. Yeah. Right, well that's very frustrating. Very easy hole. Pretty much the only place I couldn't go. And I went. So, 50 yards. No, don't do that. You'll knife it. Well, that was me not wanting to aim another chip left. Good for distance. Well, I'll say it one more time. Super impressed with the quality of these greens, given that it's nearly December and we've had quite a lot of rain and sub-zero temperatures this week. Yeah, sloppy bogey on an easy hole. Well, I was never likely to be able to draw it enough, even with a helping wind, so just a little detour onto the next hole here, but actually fine. 50 yards, got a window, a little bit downwind. Oh, that could be pretty good. Yeah, not bad at all. Little testy one for a par. Go on, go on. Ah. Another bogey. Bogey. But everything's fine. Not going to get negative. Right, couple of sloppy bogeys there. Par 4, dogleg right by the looks of it, back into the wind. Perfect. Getting eaten by the wind slightly, but pretty good. Wind. Right, I assumed the wind was going to push that right, but it didn't. So just on this little awkward ridge, I'm trying to avoid 3 annoying bogeys in a row, which is a bit of a theme recently. Okay, got a chance. Go on then, that is a really good putt. Thought I'd left that about 20 feet short. Bopper! Right, 2 over through 6. 4 pars, 2 bogeys. This is quite cute little golf course. Don't think they'll be holding any challenge tour events, hotel planner tour events here anytime soon, but it's nice. It's holding up in decent nick. First par 5 of the day. It looks like dogleg left. I'm guessing the left trees, it's like over them, not in them, obviously. Or just round them. Bit toey, but fine. Well, not so much a dogleg as a U-bend practically. Which I flushed it, eh? Because of the U-bend and twat. No. Okay, 200 yards. Oh, that's pretty well hit. No, it's not. It's thin. Right, not terrible. Just a little bit short of the front. Go. Oh, too soft. Right, back-to-back par 5s. However, this one is downwind. Believe it curves to the right. So I'm just going to try and take it just over this tree in front of me. It's too straight. Curve. Well, I have not made it short of myself, but it's fine. Okay, well, I don't know if there is such a thing as the opposite of a tiger line, the pussycat line, or the, I don't know, puppy line. I took that, so I've still got 261 to the middle. It's downwind, but there's no getting there, so I'm just going to hit a 4-iron and get it as close as I can and try to not kill a goose, because although it's not far from Christmas, I don't want to slaughter a goose. Oh, it's really bad. Oh, I might kill a goose. Ooh! That was not a good shot, but the geese I have lived. Right, that was a very bad shot. I think we'll generously call it in the neighbourhood of the hosel. So I've got 85 yards, and I'd like to hit a good shot instead of a bad shot.
cut right across it. It's on the green, but it's by no definition a good shot. Well, it's barely even on the green. That was not a good shot. Long birdie putt here. Uphill, right to left. Or left to right. Go on. Oh, that's sloppy. That is a very sloppy bogey. And that is 3 over through the front 9? No, that's 8 holes. 3 over through 8 holes. I'm not going to get annoyed, because that's not going to help. I'm playing golf and everything's fine. That was my worst swing of the day. Rushed it. Don't really know what my body did. Didn't read the wind properly. It wasn't behind. It was straight off the right. So I'm off the side of the green here. Tricky little chip. Uphill lie. Straight back into the wind. So probably need to fly it most of the way there. Not by most of the way there, I did not mean 20 feet past. Apologies, I think we may have had another wind related tripod incident on the 9th green. Just missed my putt by about 4 inches, tapped in for bogey, so I am 4 over through the front and very long birdie putt on this par 3 10th. In better news, I have just had a peanut butter filled cookie dough flavoured bounce ball. It was absolutely banging. Anyone from Bounce Balls is watching, there's a food sponsorship slot going free. Oh yeah, golf, right, long birdie putt. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Ah, that's annoying. Very good. Par 5, up the hill, dogleg right, good drive required, I think. Sort of obviously, but you know what I mean. It's a good drive, but it's a bit far left. I think it's okay. Right, I did run out of room, so I'm gonna have to try and finagle one right to left. This could be a bad idea. Okay, well, decent pitch shot, but annoying to go in the water, so this is to rescue the par. Break. Bogey. Right, note to self, check, watch for water hazards before hitting shot, not immediately afterwards. 5 over, dog leg left, par 4. Get through it. It did not get through it. Oh, I hit that so well, just wasn't high enough. Right, well, believe it or not, that was actually my best struck drive of the day. And it was on the right line, just wasn't high enough. So now I am what I believe is known as boned. All I could do. Right, there's definitely the potential for some head casing here, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just focus on hitting some good golf shots. I have 150 yards in, downwind. I'm going to stick an 8-iron close. Oh, it's a big old pull. I sort of can't tell right now if I'm playing better than I have recently, worse, or the same. Wasn't too bad. I think I've just let some sloppy shots get into my head. and a little string of annoying bogeys. So gonna have to just two-putt this and focus up. Yeah, that's pretty good. Squelchy. Okay, that's another bogey. So that is 6 over, I think, through 12. Well, this is slightly unusual. I'm now having to walk back along the hole I've just played to get to the 13th tee. So I think this is right, but it's quite strange because I am quite literally walking exactly where I've just played from, on the corner of the dog leg, but I think that's right. Anyway, I'm trying to stay positive. Perfectly pleasant day considering it is late November. It's warm enough. It is quite windy, but not ridiculously so. What am I? I think I'm 6 over, might be 7. I think it's 6 through 12. It's no disaster. It is a gentle course. 6 over here is probably, you know, a couple lighter than it would be most other places, but pleasant enough. Just got to hit golf shots. Got to get back. What I did well the first few holes was just think of target rather than think of swing mechanics, which has got to be the thing when I'm out on the course. So just got to get back to doing that, frankly. And I think it's past 70 here, so if I can pull myself together a little bit, there is a chance of breaking 80, as unlikely as that seems, and admittedly on a very short golf course, but let's make that the aim, eh? Doesn't say, but I'm going to guess this is stroke index 1. Long par 4, dog leg left, into wind. Got a very, very strong craving for a pint right now. Don't know what that tells you about my golf or me. Right, actually got to get it over the trees this time. I'm going to go over that Christmas tree looking MFer. Right over it. Hey, that actually came off the centre of the club face. Hello. Okay, best drive of the day. Admittedly not stiff competition, but that's gone about 265 into a fairly meaty headwind. So like that, I've got 110 left. Again, into quite a lot of wind, and so I'm going to hit just a light pitching wedge. Pulled it again. I'm either lining up wrong or my club face is gone. Oh, and I'm not holding my finish, am I? Ugh. Do you know what I thought to myself when I was driving over here? Hold your finish, hold your finish, hold your finish. I'm not sure I've done it once. I know it annoys some of you. Trust me, it annoys me way more. Right, I don't want to waste my best drive of the day. Let's get this up and down. Well, I'm going to have to make a good putt if I'm going to get it up and down. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. You little... The bogey run. The bogey man continues to haunt me. I feel like I may have lost count, but I believe I'm now 7 over. This is a long par 4. 180 to the back. It's straight into wind. I'm going to hit like 165 middle. I'm going to hit a sort of easy 4 just because it's so very windy. Pretty good. Back edge, I think. Okay, well what this is bad course management and really annoying because I hit a very good 4-iron, but I spent so long over it thinking about grip and posture and all of that I didn't take anything off it and just hit it full. I also didn't laser the flag, which is right at the very front. So despite hitting the exact shot I wanted, I've now got probably 50 feet. So that's just thoughtlessness rather than golf ability, and that's frustrating. Anyway, let's just drain this 50-footer.
or leave it 10 foot short. Go on. No. Oh, that's so annoying. Finally hit a decent shot. Just not thinking clearly. Just not thinking clearly. Come on. .207 into this par 5, into wind. I'm just going to hit 4. Doubt it gets there. But I don't trust my hybrid. Right, remember what I said a few holes ago about stupid course management mistakes? No, literally the last hole about stupid course management mistakes costing me shots. That time, lasered the flag, read the wind, picked the club, didn't check the watch and see that there's a massive stream running in front of the green. Now, to be fair, a properly hit 4-iron should have easily cleared it, but I didn't hit it properly, so I went in it. So I've had to take a drop. So drop 3, now hitting 4. Got to get up and down for par. Good for distance. Okay, that wasn't bad. About 7-8 feet for a par save out the water. Such a push, such a push. Another bogey. Right, well I just checked the England Golf app and my course handicap around here off the yellows is 9. She thought it might be a couple of shots less than that. I believe, again, unless I've lost count, I am now 9 over. So 3 holes to go. Pars to the house is 79 and on course handicap. Let's try and do that. I've got a dogleg left par 4 here. I think just favour the left trees. Try and put a good swing on it. It's cutting a little bit, but it should be fine, I think. Right, decent drive. I have 101 yards, slightly downwind. There are no streams, bunkers, rivers, malevolent sea creatures, sandworms, or anything. I've checked everything. So it should just be a full 54-degree wedge right at the pin. Quite like to make a birdie before I go home. Yeah, I mean, would I have liked to hit that slightly closer? Yes. Did I strike it pretty well? Yes. Is 20 feet for a birdie more than acceptable for a 10 handicap golfer? Yes. So vote yes on proposition not being annoyed. Go on then. Hey, birdie time. See? Right, par 3, 17, 143 playing 147 downwind. Gonna hit a 9-iron. Should be plenty in this wind, and I haven't hit my 9-iron today, so don't want it to feel left out. It's gonna have to go. I fatted that. Oh, it's worked for me. Front edge. Okay, well if I did fat that, it was only very slightly. Not too bad. About 30 feet for birdie. Go on, go on. Oh, not bad. Okay, par 4 to finish. Again, unless I've lost count, I believe I am 8 over par. And I believe I haven't had a single double bogey today. So, we'll have to call this progress. It hasn't felt vintage, but, and I think, as I said in my kitchen confessional before coming out here, I think what's happening is I'm acutely aware of what I'm not doing at the moment in terms of my swing, and my sort of personal standards because of the goal have gotten so much higher. So
I think that's why I'm struggling to feel really good about my game, but this has been okay. It's a short golf course. It's quite a nice golf course, I will say that. Again, greens running beautifully. So not a stern test, but I'm 8 over with 1 to play. So either way, no disaster. Thank you for watching this far through the round, through the video. Thank you everybody for all of your support so far. Some hopefully quite exciting things in the works in terms of opportunities for the channel and content, etc., and some very exciting opportunities for courses and travel, etc., coming next year. So do stay tuned for that. Tell your friends, be nice, take care of yourself and each other. Oh, that's right. That's right. I heard tree. Right, I got very lucky there. Just on the side of the green I've just played from on 17. I have 120 into the green I'm actually playing, but quite an awkward lie. Be good. I can't tell, it's on the green, I can't tell how close it is. Right, well, not very close was the answer. Just clung on to the front edge, so 20-25 feet for birdie. 2-putt, breaks handicap, 3-putt on handicap. So yeah, all good. Go on. Oh well, it's a par and it's a 78. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.